velocity 38 is ready to taxi with takeoff.
Velocity 38, taxi via Alpha down the grass.
Fly up and down the line.
Velocity 99013 to taxi. Velocity 9901, is that you?
Excellent.
Velocity 9901, taxi via Alpha down the grass, follow the Virgin 737.
Well, the company 737 and Alpha velocity 9901.
And Speedbird 47 Charlie, Boeing 744, information. India, clearance to Canberra.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, stand by.
And ground, I'm Julius Lima. Do we have a departure under Panama, please?
Mangrove 012 taking 055 Canberra.
Mango 012, standby number 3. All stations departure information is on the AFib 128.4. The departure in use right now is runway 12, Karen 5 departure.
Yeah, no problem.
8,000.
Yeah.
Hobart, ground New Zealand 609 at radio check.
New Zealand 609 at 5 break. 46 Charlie, clear IFR to Melbourne, code 3041.
Hobart, ground New Zealand 609 at listed station India, request to fly 5 0.
New Zealand, stand by please. Speedbird 46 Charlie,
Okay.
Speedbird 46 Charlie, are you on frequency?
47 Charlie for Canberra is on frequency.
Stand by. There we go. Speedbird 47 Charlie, you're cleared at IFR Canberra, score 3041.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, clear to Canberra 3041. Okay. And 5, update.
Quarter 533, switch tower 118.1, break.
That's interesting. He said, you know, you're cleared with a squawk number. Somebody asked, is there a SID? And he said it's on the ATIS. And the VATSIM ATIS doesn't say anything about
Let's have a look.
the SID, but he says it's the Karen 5 8000.
Okay, New Zealand 609.
Ground 5 Unit Lima.
Yeah, there's nothing on.
Yeah, so I just took that from a previous one he gave it to. So I've set
Yeah, there's nothing on the ATIS, so.
I've set 8000. And in the legs on the Karen 5 track 120. See that at or above 1000. I see that. Left turn, track 350. I see that. Passing the HB, turn left to 310. I see that. And intercept cleared en route. So the only restriction is at or above 1000. Transition altitude. Where's the best place to check for transition?
So if you go VNAV.
VNAV.
Next. Oh yeah, sorry, that's it.
That's it there. So transition on the way up is 10,000.
Ground drive 1471.
Oh, it looks like he's amended your flight plan for a Karen 5. Is that what you said you were expecting?
Correct. Yeah,
Cool.
that's what I put on.
Hobart ground, Mike Charlie 012, still taking that clear.
Heads up display said he would be like to be your co-pilot if they don't turn up.
Okay.
One at a
You
time.
Yeah, just all you need to do is turn up.
Yep.
In fact, yeah, we could do it virtually.
Yes.
Yes, we could just. But, so do you want to watch me or assist me with the critical data entry?
Yep, we can do
That we could get that out of the way.
3044.
It.
3042, Mike Charlie 012, thanks sir. We're ready to put
So we're looking at so this up here. It has a hyphen on it. We're going to make sure this goes in correctly. So 0 fuel weight goes in
3044,
at
Mike Charlie 012.
my wee sheet.
Ground John.
Interesting. Oh, there it is. I just normally have it fairly organized. 0 fuel weight 241.2. I see it there. Okay, and then
Who's ready to go?
yes, that's good. And reserves will be 9.7.
Last section fully delivered.
Cost index is 90.
Second.
60 is the correct altitude. And thrust limit.
We are ready to tank.
So closest we have, that's,
Do it, Lima, hold position. Current.
so I get 277.
Um,
That would be the correct one. So temperature
15
56.
minutes.
And V1 131. Oh, sorry, that'll be climb 1.
Ground John
20.
1471.
1,000. And engine out 1,000. And flap 5, climb 1's good.
Plans for Canberra.
131.
And just checking our previous clearance is still
139.
3033.
150.
Golf, is it? Golf Tango
And
4121.
where's that on here? There's
Sorry, correction, 1471.
19. Okay.
FM John 1471, 1471.
That comes to
1471.
6. 150's there. 8,000 was the Karen 5. I think that's it.
Mango 012, hold position, current delay on departure.
One, two, five, we don't need to push. We're ready to start. There a delay?
Column 25, I'll suggest you don't start yet, I'll let you know when you're ready.
Ground velocity 92, push start.
Velocity 9256, declared Alpine Melbourne, Corp 3044. Negative correction,
The
3045.
bearing. Just put
3045.
India 1471, that would be Corp 3020, otherwise Alpha Clearance is prevailed.
Alrighty.
And ground Alpha 209.
Yes, if I could the refill on water. That'd be lovely. Thank you.
Delta
10,000.
209, your cruise altitude is invalid. Do you like 1,000 above or 1,000 below?
Oh, affirmative. Can you suggest a corrected altitude? Delta 209.
Delta 209, can you take flight level 370?
We'll try for 370, Delta 20.
Ground velocity 76, ready for taxi.
Velocity 56, hold position.
Ground is point. Ground is point 6 on.
Comment 25, go ahead.
Yeah, if it helps you guys out, we can take it to section Charlie as we're nice and light.
Corner 25 negative, there's a decent up on the ground.
Okay.
The ground center 609 ready push and stop.
Testing and flying.
But now and ground up to 209 ready to push and start.
All aircraft on Hobart ground, the push and start services are currently unavailable. Just wait until I give the first aircraft push that clearance and then you can off now. We're currently waiting on delays.
209 going to hold for push and start until the ground is ready. Ground velocity 25 with you on Delta.
So this is the penultimate leg of Worldflight 2016. We're flying out of Hobart, Australia, up to Canberra. And our two crew members, Dan, who's flying with me, and Orgy, who's doing the social secretary, they've been trying to catch up on some sleep. So they've just arisen, and we'll be underway once they get themselves settled in. The routing over to Canberra is on the Karen 5 departure, Jet 163 Charlie Bravo, Hotel 65 to the Razzie intersection, and then the Raz 3 Papa arrival into Canberra. Cleared initially to 8,000, a squawk of 3041 is set in. And we're nose to nose with Qantas. This was the previous crew. Wanted to have some fun. They wanted to block in Thompson, who they may very well have, but looks like they've made their way out, and I'm not sure what status the Qantas is that's nose to nose with us. We'll push back out of their way. Aircraft are still coming in from the previous leg. And then after this, the last leg will be from Canberra on to Sydney for the final leg of 2016. The donations raised last night, by the time I came back here, it's up over £25,000. Now last year, my first year on Worldflight, we had more than doubled the donations to finish with over £10,000, which was thought to be, you know, a challenge to try and reach. Again, not only did we double that, it got even further past that with donations from all of you who are listening in online and donating with great generosity. There's been a number of raffles for flight sim software and hardware have gone along the way, and as you can see, Dan has joined us, completely refreshed from an entire night of sleep.
Yes,
fully
that
rested.
would be nice. Yes.
Yes. Very good. So I did critical data entry with Benny.
Right. Okay.
So that's complete, and I haven't heard if Qantas is preparing to leave or not. So we'll see who blinks first.
A wonderful bit of parking.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah, that was Luke's parking, and it's taxiing on the what would you call that? The
green taxi.
The green taxiway.
Mm.
And we'll do that. Any risk here, safe sector, altitude highest is to the west, 5,600 feet, which should be off to our right. And the SID is the Karen 5 departure, which I've checked in the legs page. We'll fly it on LNAV, VNAV coming out. It tracks runway heading to 1,000 feet, then a left turn, and out to Karen. And the only restriction is to be at 1,000 or above before the turn. And transition level of 10,000 I've put in, and I put it on that predicted ETA as a reminder.
What was that velocity across Queen's Factory?
And if we're on fire, we'll come back in here for runway 12, probably just visual. And at a weight of
There are still about
27.6, we're under the landing weight, so we can come right back in without dumping fuel.
Alright, next up.
Nope.
There he goes.
That's how they're going to do that. Okay.
003.
Mark 009.
And should be it. Any questions?
09.
Have a quick review of the
09, make a right across the graph.
What, cruising 3 0?
Extend onto the
Yeah.
We're going to make a left, we'll make a left, and we'll go across the grass. We're just going to push and start then now, because we were told we had the whole cut. We'll push and start, we'll get on our way before anybody else does. Use your mind.
Bird.
Okay, no, that all looks good.
Okay, bird hazards exist. I guess that's comes with the territory being near the water. And it says circuits for 30 would be a right hand, which backs up the fact of staying away from the terrain to the west.
Okay.
Good. I'll check with ground, see if we're ready. Ground from flight deck.
G'day, mate.
G'day, mate. We just wanted to see if we're clear to power up the hydraulics.
Yeah, you're powering up the hydraulics now.
Okay. So let's do the pre-flight checklist and see if I've missed anything.
Okay.
And we'll catch up.
So, inspection security.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Checked.
Flight instruments.
We've got 30 in the airspeed, 150 for V2, 1003 giving 20 feet, which is good.
Parking brake.
Is set.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
PFD.
Is set with Toga Toga LNAV VNAV armed. 8,000 for the city.
Takeoff speeds.
Bugged and 131, 39, 50.
How's pre-flight?
Complete.
You pre-flight.
Complete.
Taxi and takeoff.
Complete.
Excellent. Done.
Okay. So let's do the pre-start
Start.
that.
I'll just do some pre-start action. So we were clear to pressurise, weren't we?
Correct.
And you're doing 609. Are you firing up?
Oh yeah, that's right, because you have to be able to confirm those checklists. Cross feeds.
Oh, that one's missing. Sorry.
Hello, Juso. Oi, Carlos, Tom. It's actual. How's it going? Just be a little bit quiet as they get going, and then
Waiting
a
for
bit of a chit chat.
doors.
Like magic.
Okay, see the doors are closed.
Canberra.
Okay, so before start, if you're ready.
Please.
Flight deck door.
Is closed.
Signs.
On.
Beacon.
Both.
Bonder.
Go to auto, I see it is.
Before start.
And flight deck ground.
Okay. And
Canberra, 3047.
Speedbird 47 Charlie requests push and start. Even though we don't need to push.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, push and start approved.
Approved 47 Charlie, thanks. You want to push?
No, I think we can just we can do a Qantas, can't we?
Okay, so you're Ground crew from cockpit, are we clear for start 3 and 4?
If you just let me remove the ground power, you're happy for me to remove it now?
Very good. Move the ground
I'm the
power.
quickest man in the West, it's gone. Let's start all engines.
Good eye.
Okay.
Go for it.
3050 and just departure proceeds notified by ATIS velocity 25.
Juso, Dad's fairly well rested, he's just got up. Angus, are you feeling rested?
Oh yeah, I had 6 hours sleep.
Excellent. Ju, I've been up since 7 a.m.
Legally I had 8 hours sleep.
Excellent. I'm coming up to 20 hours. I'm not rested.
Hello, contact 536.
Break, velocity 1756.
Contact 536, requesting Canberra, information Juliet.
Last station calling, please stand by.
Okay. Two good starts.
Okay. I clear, correct?
Condition 099.
Starting 1 and 2.
Roger. Oh, SimHD1, are you the one just taxiing away in front of us now? If it's the right one, SimHD1 is Egypt Air 975, he thinks this is the last time we'll pass each other in Worldflight. Been a pleasure to know and fly next to us.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, they've done a nice job.
Yeah,
Nice looking airplane too.
1471 with information Juliet, ready for
Get some pictures of you.
So we were once hired when I was at the charter company to fly a Falcon 10 to Mirabel, Montreal, where a Swissair 747 had gone mechanical with a fuel pump that needed to be replaced. So we flew one from Toronto there. We were underneath the wing to make sure that they got going. We were flying a change of crew out. And it was neat to see both engines starting at the same time. I thought they were just trying to get out of there before the duty day ran out.
Taxi behind the stand by, please hold position.
Before taxi. Okay,
Okay,
so I think
stat
we're ready.
page. Got to do flight
Of course,
controls,
yeah.
flaps.
Thank you.
Okay, full left, right, coming all the way back.
Okay.
Rudder left, rudder right. Okay, that checks. So, before
Okay.
taxing,
Flight controls.
checked.
Anti-ice.
Is auto.
Recall. I've done. We're fine. Auto brake.
Is rejected takeoff.
Flaps.
Running to 20.
And ground crew clearance.
I've got a wave from the Australian Benny. And flaps 20 indicated.
Okay, we're ready for taxi.
Okay.
Do I have any other aircraft waiting to push full taxi?
Request taxi, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, taxi, hold position. Once you're passed by the 737, taxi behind them and join the queue.
737 over here, I think.
Okay, is that
Yes.
behind Delta for Speedbird 47 Charlie?
Negative, Speedbird 47 Charlie, behind the Virgin 737.
Okay, behind Virgin 737 47 Charlie.
Jude, I know.
Oh, it's coming in front of us.
Delta Tango India 1471.
You can't see him when they're so low below the nose, can you?
Yeah.
Stand by please. Delta Tango India 1471, give way to the Speedbird 747 and follow them.
Give way to Speedbird 747 and follow them, John 1471.
71.
Yeah, the model we're using is a really rubbishy one from FS9 because we never expected to do a spot plane view, hence why the lack of beacon and the animations are rubbish.
Okay,
It's,
clear on the right.
Yep, clear on the right.
Since this view has
Nothing to
been
worry
deemed
about.
I'm
popular,
going to follow him.
we'll do a bit of research into getting a better model for you all to see. Because never have I seen so many people excited by a beacon.
cool.
Yeah, with Delta 209, sorry ground, we just wanted to confirm that we're in the right position. We're right behind the Egypt Air 209.
209 from.
Tempo, we're looks like we're number 4 or 5. Yeah, good, thank you very much. No.
Nice scenery, isn't it, around here?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Ground velocity 9256, prospect.
Velocity 9256, taxi, via Delta Alpha, and extend onto the ground to NP.
Delta, Alpha Grass.
Ground velocity 1324.
I was looking at the navigation display on the screen. You can see Angus is going for his military circle the overhead to get altitude away from the missiles departure.
Velocity 1324, taxi to Turbo Bangalore.
Black on the 5636, request transmission period.
On the 586, stand by.
So, were you flying last night or social secretary?
I did FO
Okay.
for, what was the last leg I did? Into Bali. That was
Bali.
it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that was about 10 o'clock, I think.
536.
Dan, maybe you can answer this.
Yeah.
Is this Orbix airport scenery?
Yeah, I think it's default.
Clear to Canberra, aircraft 2051, on the 536.
That's coming ready.
Lovely. So somebody tell me, I think it was Simon who said we may actually not land at Canberra, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing that. Parking brake decided to leave.
Let's get coffee.
Do I think I also serve for taxi?
The computer in the plane tells you which way to go, like sat nav with a magenta line.
Hold on. Lock hold, okay, I'll call second.
Okay, correspondent 42.
So did you have the lamb, Dan? Dinner?
Yes, I did.
Good?
It was stunning.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know, I was so
amazing.
disappointed really, but I needed to get some sleep. I think I'd been up for
Yeah. Oh,
way too
yeah.
long before that, but yeah. And I saw the Facebook video of the shopping spree.
That's very good. It's all very well to ask for this money and get it, but then to actually follow up and go and do it.
To go
I
out
thought
on the
that-
street.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh.
No, we had two enormous legs of lamb at
Yes.
this sort of size.
How about the potatoes? Because they sounded
Yeah, they were really nice. I'm not quite sure what was in them,
Right.
really, but they were delicious.
I see you. So at certain airfields, like this one, it would require a backtrack in order to, so you'd enter the runway halfway down, taxi backwards down the runway, turn around, take off. Obviously that takes a significant amount of time and would double the amount of time it takes for people to get airborne. So during Worldflight we instigate special taxiway golf, which just means that everybody kind of taxis in a position where a parallel taxiway system would be, and everyone can get out.
it looks better.
Yeah.
Good.
I think you've got the Orbix scenery, which is lovely, and then the sort of shaders and things we've got now just make it look
I still
A
can't
bit
get
more
over it.
realistic, I don't know.
It's quite cool doing it in a jumbo for a change. How nice it is to kind of look down on all the 737s to
Yes.
get real perspective. Oh, that's a shame to be a pro. They've saved us a tenner. That's it. We don't do it everywhere, but somewhere like here, you know, it would just take hours for people to get airborne, so it's just not worth it.
Yeah, we're on, well, all the big sims anyway are on a schedule. We can't really, we don't have the luxury of perhaps wasting half an hour every time backtracking and things.
That is quite the paint scheme, isn't it?
It is.
Covering
Great.
that much paint on an airplane.
Hello Nertiga, at 2. This one will set us up in position for the next flight, which is the shot to Sydney.
And that one's a formation flight.
Potentially, yes, it normally
Potentially.
is. But, not sure yet.
How do people do it formation flying? Because it's not easy.
It's a very loose formation.
Yeah.
Ve-
Open,
Alright.
open formation. Yeah.
Formation's probably been too nice.
Okay.
It's a collection of aircraft loosely flying in the same direction.
Yeah. It's not like a flock of geese all neatly.
No. Very good, Jew. I actually dread to think how many hours I've got in various flight sims over the years.
Yeah, one of the young guys that wrote in, he had
22,000 hours or something.
22,000
Yeah.
hours. I never even thought of looking that up, but yeah.
Do you have both alpha? Nah.
You didn't have any nightmares about people dancing and singing in the cockpit, did you?
No.
Okay. So
Oh,
it wasn't enough to wake you.
Nothing occurred.
Right.
Nothing.
Okay.
And was it Cooking for Noobs that
Yes.
requested it?
Yeah, she came in and donated her nearly £500 of donations she'd got.
Oh wow. Okay.
And we said we'd do a song and a dance. And we were trying to think of a song and a dance that you could do in a cockpit. And then we had well, Luke actually came up with it. We came up with an inspirational choice based on the fact that most of the day people had been doing this.
Yeah.
It had to be single ladies. So we
Right.
we did a rendition of Single Ladies. Quebec, I've got no idea how they're doing it. I personally would launch them a minute apart, but the radar guys probably get a little bit upset, and there's landing traffic as well. Ivamo, the CC, so when the cabin secure is, they just put C's in the center CDU, because obviously the control panel shows the cabin ready, but that blanks itself after about 20-30 seconds. So you could easily bing, and then you know 10 minutes later you're like, oh, did we get it? I can't remember. So by putting the C's there, it's just a quick indication that the cabin's secure. We're just using the grass because there's not a full-length taxiway, and to backtrack would slow down departures.
So I think that's probably a pretty good quality software image of the airplane, because I've seen some others, the engines aren't as detailed as that.
Yeah.
So-
It is actually. Yeah. I mean, AI's was, you know, AI stuff. They're always actually trying to keep the polygon count
Right.
down.
Right.
But actually, yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes, no, so they just use the grass rather than to backtrack to try and... As you can see how slow it is to depart doing it this way, you can imagine what it'd be like with backtracking.
3053.
Cool. 3053 velocity.
Velocity 150, sorry about this, but confirm it's score 3050.
As I say, yeah, it's quite early, although you do, by the end of the week, you pretty much have lost all sense of what is early.
Well, yeah, can it dark outside, you come in here, it's bright, or vice
Yeah.
versa, and it's really do. You just
If you've done all night,
put your head down, and that's it.
you might go to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning, get up at mid-afternoon, and it all seems very strange. So, but thank you for the good wishes. I'm sure it will be a good flight. Hopefully get underway fairly soon as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're the 5th with inbounds. You're probably talking 10 minutes or so. I haven't actually done much in the freighter, if I'm out, but I did do one bit of freightering, which was quite amusing. We did a joined up PSX session between a few of the flight crew to get used to the flow procedures and calls and stuff prior to doing Worldflight, and Wriggles was very, very busy practicing everything and trying to get it all ready, and I thought it'd be quite amusing as he was setting up the FMC to change to the freighter when he wasn't expecting it and to open the nose. And when he went back up to looking forwards, he's like, the screen's all gone black, what's happening, what's happening? And it took him about 15 minutes to work out that I'd opened the nose.
Cargo door.
Unfortunately, he didn't try and take off like that. I can imagine that's quite a draggy thing to do.
Yeah.
That would have been quite cool to do in the sim, though. If you'd been able to get some hydraulic jacks so you could just see. That's a shame, Jude. Well, obviously with Twitch, you've got the catch-up on VOD, and also I think Simon's doing a pretty good job of getting all of these sections onto YouTube. So you should be able to see your favourite bits at some point, but thanks very much, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, so want to do it before takeoff?
Yep. So final load sheets.
Received.
Flaps.
20.
Trim.
6.
Yep.
0 and 0.
Takeoff briefing.
Complete.
Runway speeds. EPR. VNAV.
We've got 131, 139, 150. LNAV, VNAV, 8000 for the SID.
Cabin report.
Received.
And transponder.
Ta-ra.
Hurrah. That's complete.
I love how northern I've made everybody now.
That used to be Rata, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, because that struck me, because, you know, we always we call it TARA.
Yeah.
First time, you know, I was listening to Peter. It was Rata.
On the BA Jumbos, they have a slightly different transponder panel, so they don't have two separate switches.
Right.
And the one they go to is Rata,
Yeah.
so that's why it's subtly changed.
Yes, 24, welcome to Hobart. Taxi by Delta Hotel. Yes.
QT Bert, we're at Hobart, and we're going to depart towards Canberra-ish.
On a 1501, did you come?
Due. It's all par for the course. My view is very much, if you're willing to give it, you've got to be willing to take it. And we have a good laugh about it. If I'm yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of, because obviously there's the iFly, the PMDG and things like that. If we're going to do some more external stuff, maybe we need to look into something a little bit more better indicated. Main issue we want is that all we want is the model. We're not interested in anything else of it. So we don't want nice posh virtual cockpits or any of that. We just want to strip it just to the bare bones. So we'll have to see. Might try contacting iFly or something, just say any chance of just getting a very, but we shall see. Like I say, before this week we never showed the model at all, so no, not really put much effort into it.
Copy that. Just to let you know your flight plan.
Confirm you said flight plan haven't been filed.
Russian planes are fine.
Too far, that's correct.
Taiwan will get that fixed for us to 25.
I guess we should go to Tower, huh?
Yeah. Doesn't seem to be passing us across, does he? Just
No.
yet.
I don't know if I've heard him tell anybody.
No.
Because we didn't hear
Shall
him
we-
go to position.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shall
I
we
would just do
switch?
it, tell
Right.
him we're ready in sequence.
Ground, we're at the hold now. We're going to go across to Tower. It's okay with you, Spear 47 Charlie?
Last second call, say call sign again.
Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, what was your request?
Oh, we'd like to switch to tower as we're at the hold.
Yes, Speedbird 47 Charlie, contact tower 118.1, Hobart.
1181, thanks. Try that again.
Oh, what?
Hobart Tower, let's be 47 Charlie with the hold 12.
Super 47 Charlie today, Hobart Tower.
Yeah, we've done some custom programming. The lights are from a commercial add-on, so I'd speak to Gary about it because I think the guy that did them may be amenable to releasing them, but I'm not absolutely sure.
Super 703 runway.
Yeah, we got an inbound, haven't we?
Runway 12, green land.
But yeah, if you mentioned talk to Gary, he may be able to sort something out.
4903.
Could you bet? Yeah, the Antonov 225, little sister of the 224. It is pretty huge.
Super 47 Charlie, line up behind the arriving Jetstar Airbus A320, line up and wait behind.
Behind the arriving A320 line, wait behind Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Behind.
So that's behind then, not in front of.
No.
Definitely.
It's weird because Heathrow were technically meant to give geographical information with the conditional lineup as well. So in theory you could say behind the departing company 320, in front lineup 27 left behind. Or what's even better is the ones that get really, really flustered and know they have to say behind and get it in that as many times as possible. And when we just switch from after to behind, you'd get things like after the behind, the 737 will line up after 27 left behind. Behind. Pretty breezy in Edinburgh then. 42 knots apparently for Speedbird Pro.
Okay, there he is there. Lovely.
Yeah.
Super 703,
Okay.
welcome to Hobart, vacate to the right.
Lineups.
When able, on the grass, if need be, around 1217. See you later.
Vacating AVP ground 121.17, check code 703.
Super 47 Charlie, runway 12, clear to take off.
Runway 12, clear for takeoff, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Okay, all the lights on?
Sun 14,
We give that a moment, shall we?
Yep. I gotta get straight anyway. You all good?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, set power, please.
Setting power. Power set.
Thank you.
Knots.
Check.
V1. Cozy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rotate.
Frostbite coding.
Yes.
Every last inch.
Positive rate both sides.
Gear up.
Tower John 1471, deploying with runway 12, ready for takeoff.
741 gate, line up.
Thrust for LNAV, VNAV
See
speed.
LNAV, VNAV.
Tower 947. Super 47 Charlie, contact departures 125.550.
125, 550, split 47 Charlie, cheers, bye.
Okay, there's 1,000 feet.
Yeah, the rudder is just slightly out of alignment. You might want to give it a
There we
dab
go.
if you're looking for centre.
Did I get it right?
That's it.
Got it. Thank you.
Departure, hello, speed 47 Charlie, climbing through 1,500 for 8,000.
Flaps 10, please.
Flaps 10.
Studio 47 Charlie, good day, identified, climb to flight level 180.
Climb flight 180, speed 47 Charlie. Right, wasn't it?
It was you.
So clear to flight level.
Thank you. Standard and flaps 5, please.
Flaps 5, 2,500 standard, set and cross-checked.
Not normally typo, but
Flaps 1,
Flaps
please.
top-notch crew made it happen.
And flaps up, please.
Flaps up.
After takeoff checklist.
So after takeoff, landing gear,
Up.
flaps,
Up.
air conditioning and pressurization,
Got some bleed or
and altimeters
pressure. Standard.
checked.
Cross.
5,500.
6.
I'm out. Penultimate leg, I think.
And if you could set my heading bug, please.
Yeah, so
Guess it's disappeared somewhere.
Well, numerous different airlines and areas do it differently, but it's a UK thing that when cleared 200 flight level, you set the altimeter then. Different, like I say, different airlines, different places in the world expect you to do it differently. What you'll often find is that although the PFDs are set
Coming
to
up on 10.
10,000 for flight level 100, climbing flight level 180 standard sets.
And it's set. And seatbelt signs are good.
The PFDs will be standard, but the standby or the ISIS will be left in QNH because then it still gives you a reference, especially for things like terrain. Hello, Bob the Builder.
Lovely day for flying, Dan.
Yeah,
Big,
not bad at
very
all.
printed off instructions for
Weather looks good,
Yeah.
nothing to worry about there.
No turbulence.
No.
Got it.
Okay. Now we had a bit of interesting weather yesterday coming through the tropics, and I don't think we The guys had a big wind shear going into.
Oh yeah, I was there. It was
Yeah.
on final.
Yes.
That was Gary and
Craig, I think. Yeah.
yeah, it was Craig.
So they came upstairs saying, "Why did you do that? Why did you do that?"
Yeah.
It wasn't us. That was just
Yeah.
PSX.
Well, that's true because there was weather coming
Yeah.
towards the airport.
That's
So
right.
probably what it does is it just will throw something in as that nears maybe.
I think they were coming up on the edge of this small
Yeah.
storm cell. So.
Yeah. So PSX gave them something to pay attention with. 17 for
Yeah.
180.
That's good. One 238, speed 47 Charlie. Thanks very much. Oh, going the wrong way really. Fine. Then, so hello, speed 47 Charlie, flight level 180. All very quiet, isn't it? 123.8. That's what he read, wasn't it?
I thought so. Unless it was 32.8. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Centre, hello, speed 47 Charlie, flight level 180. Grab me another Red Bull. Cheers.
Spirit 47 Charlie, yeah, g'day, climb to flight level 360.
Flight level 360, speed 47 Charlie. Don't not fussed. We can climb to cruise,
Oh,
360.
You can have speed. Right.
Yeah, just had a little bit of...
Wibble wobble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bit of uncertainty there for a
Yeah.
moment.
I think I'll go this way. No, I'll go that way.
There we go. That's where we're going now.
Actually, we have one of our planes does that every once in a while.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to have any rationale. It's just it wants to correct and it goes the wrong way first, and then it gives itself a correction. So. So when do you head home? Tomorrow? Or
I
tonight?
think later on today, yeah, tonight, probably. Get home, I don't know, 8 or 9, something like that.
What's it, a 4-hour drive?
4.5, maybe, today. Yeah, I could stay to tomorrow, but get home and...
Like, yeah, get a real sleep and
Well, yeah,
a real
that'd
bed,
be nice.
right? Yeah, my wife was quite thrilled. We got upgraded in our rooms at the Marriott, so she's just thrilled with that. The room's like twice the size that it normally is. It's kind of nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I was going back, even if it was going to be 6 hours sleep, it's just going to be nice.
Yeah.
Right? Quiet. Get a full sleep.
Yeah, that's it. I can't say I've had a couple of nights where I have had a reasonable amount, but I don't think I've had it more than 6 hours any one night.
Right.
Oh, last night was 3. So yeah.
Well, that's it. It starts to catch up after a while.
It does.
At first, you can power through it. I find that generally, I can go 2 days with limited or unusual sleep patterns, but that the third day it starts to really drag.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I was driving back to the hotel yesterday, because I think I've been up 2 full nights and there wasn't a lot of sleep between those because my wife was coming to town. So yeah, last night when I was driving back to the hotel, there was a couple times I go, okay, yeah, I am ready to sleep.
Feeling it.
Yeah, and then it occurred to me that I'm driving in Britain on the other side of the road, and it was like, okay, well, I got to make sure my reactions need to go
you're
left,
definitely awake, and,
not go right.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's when you need to react, and we're used to going right. If you want to get out of the way of something. So and I get so used to the roundabouts at night when I'm driving back from here at night. There's nobody on the road, so you just go through all the roundabouts.
Yep.
Every once in a while, I coming up thinking, I got to remember to make sure somebody's not coming into the roundabout before I get to it. Gotta love the roundabout system though, because we have so few of them in Canada, and so everything's traffic lights or stop signs, and so to be safe, you're just constantly coming to a stop. And here, with roundabouts, you can just continually flow, and it really keeps traffic
They're not
moving.
too busy, yeah. Do you have the same system as the Americans, where if, say, a four-way stop is on red, you can turn the nearest corner even though it's on red?
Yes, you can always
Yeah.
turn right. So I was sitting at a light last night with a left turn, and I'm looking, thinking,
I could go.
can I turn left on
I
a
could go here,
on
yeah.
a red light? But there is none of that here?
Nope. No,
Right.
red is red, that's it.
Right. I think it's just because there's so many giveaways
Yeah.
with the roundabouts that a light's a light. Because then I saw the arrow on it, and the arrow was turning left, and I thought, does that light up? And then I looked at the other one, and it was straight. Okay, so that is the light post for the left turn lane. That's the light post for the straights. Now, what is it? What's the sign that's a blue sign, circular,
Yeah.
with a red cross around it?
That'll be no stopping, I think.
Okay, because I was coming up one night and there was a lot of construction between here and London, and I was coming up one night and it looked like it was a do not enter. So I thought, okay, that doesn't look good. So I turned just to make sure, and then I realized that no, it obviously was the enter because the GPS wanted me to enter it. So I'm gonna have to ask somebody what that sign meant.
Yeah,
That
so
would
it's
make
like,
sense.
This
is no place to pull over.
Yeah, so it's keep particularly main roads where you don't want people pulling over to traffic. You know, you need the free flow of traffic.
Yeah.
It's that. It's more than no parking. It's no stopping.
Yeah. Well, I have to say the highway system here, where they have signs everywhere with cameras, and you drive along, and every single person on the road is driving at 50.
Yes, the
We
average.
never
speeds.
have that. We never have that because in North America the police have to catch you. So you
Yeah.
either have to spot them or see them. Whereas here everybody is driving along in the middle of the night on speed limit because they get a ticket
Because
in
the
the mail.
cameras are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it actually is a very good.
Some might
threat.
say that.
Well, yeah.
But through the roadworks, yeah, that's quite common. Other places, there aren't a lot more than there used to be. But say on the M25 where you have the variable speed limits with
Yes.
gantries.
Right.
So I generally, if any of those gantries have speed cameras, but not all of them do, even though they might have a sign, they'll be on when the variable speed limit is enforced,
Okay.
and then probably off the rest of the time.
Right.
But there's no guarantee they'll
Right.
be off.
Well, and you know, we travel all over the world. We'll rent cars in various places, and I think there's 9 pilots in our department. I think 4 of them have tickets from Switzerland.
Right. Okay. So
And-
avoid Switzerland, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And one of the new pilots had joined the company, and he was driving with the chief pilot. And the chief pilot's bombing along the highway in Switzerland, and he says, "By the way," he says, "you know, you got to be very careful." 35 for 360. He said, because they've got cameras here, and you can end up getting a ticket.
Yeah.
And just then there was a big flash, and he went, "Like that?"
There we are. Yeah. Just like that.
Fly mackerel. Flying mackerel.
I guess I haven't told you if and where you're going somewhere different yet.
No.
Not yet.
No. Not yet.
Yeah, Bob's saying in America they only have red light cameras to stop people from going through red lights. Cops have to deal with all the speeders.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was in Italy, I asked one of the locals, I said, "On your autostrada, I thought there's no speed limit." I said, "But I see a speed limit here."
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh yeah, there's a speed limit." I said, "Okay, well then, why are people going past me at like 300? And he said, "Oh yeah, you can speed." I said, "But there's a speed limit." "Oh yeah, it's only if they catch you."
Yeah.
So that's how it's done in Italy. They have to actually stop you.
Yeah. We
Nothing
got
in
rid
the
of that a
mail.
long time ago,
Right.
unfortunately.
I think the only really annoying thing is with the average speed cameras is people that don't understand the concept of average.
No.
So they'll drive through it like 90 miles an hour, then
Oh.
just as they get to the camera, they'll slow down to 40. And it's like it's not an instant camera.
No.
All it does is it's just a timer. So you cross that point at that time, and you cross that point at that time, and then it's not actually a speed camera. It's just
Yeah.
click.
How long did you
click,
take?
Average. Yes. Some people don't get that.
I used to have red light cameras where he lived, but they took them out. Vixen likes her German traffic and stuff. They have the Autobahn where you can speed up, as the cities you will behave.
Yeah,
can you
that would be
imagine?
nice. So yeah, no, our roads just aren't. There are only a couple of places I can think of where they could, well, maybe a handful, where they could have no speed limits. That would be nice. And then yeah, perhaps people would slow down the cities a bit.
I think it'd be quite good on an evening, you know, from like midnight till 4
Yeah, I
or something,
suppose.
that is a bit more relaxed. You know, it's like I'll leave work sometimes 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday night, and I'm the only car on the motorway, and it's ridiculous we sat there doing 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously I do, because I'm a conscientious, law-abiding individual.
Of course. And your car doesn't
yeah.
go any faster than that.
But it's even
120 it can get up to.
it's even
downhill.
nicer that you guys have 70, because we had 70 when I was young, and it was miles per hour. And when they went metric in Canada, it went to kilometers, and they changed it to 100, which is 60, and it's never gone back. So if you go on the major highways in Ontario where I live, all the people are doing 120.
yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
So it's like the police won't stop in most cases until you're probably getting closer to 130 kilometers. But I think that's just when you see
yeah.
how well everybody's driving here at 70, they should just have that.
I think. Well, they're talking about. I've been talking about whether it should be 80 here.
Yeah.
And I think.
Because you spend the rest of the time in traffic.
Yeah.
So when it's clear, let it go.
Elderly Ray, Vixen loved my German accent. Elderly Ray says some cities are getting away from red light camera in the US because they can't determine who was driving. I think it's the opposite now in the UK, isn't it? That you've got to prove you weren't driving.
Yeah.
If you're the registered owner of the car,
The other way around.
you've got to have some evidence to say it wasn't me who was. Otherwise, you're the one that gets prosecuted.
That's what we have.
Gibbs says in Texas, where he lives, it's illegal for cops to issue tickets from a camera.
Yeah, because all of the citizens carry guns. So they want to get into an argument.
Yeah, because I think we stuck with 70 because it was to do with, well, there's two schools of thought. One was to do with safety, and the second was fuel.
Fuel, yeah.
That they made it 70 because that was the most economic at the time. Whereas there's an argument now that does it need to be economic, and cars stop and their safeties. But then again, most days I drive to work, someone's had a crash on the motorway, so you have to think, well, I think it's like Dan says, ours are so congested that even if they said you could do 150, it's unlikely to be able to do it routinely.
The motorway I use a lot between sort of Penrith and, not so much Penrith and Carlisle, but Carlisle up towards Glasgow. That could be, if that was free speed, that could be unrestricted. That would work, because it's so quiet.
Well, the other thing I notice here, again, it's all very polite in Britain, is that people don't spend any time in the fast lane, or the passing lane as we call it. And the most common thing in North America is somebody sitting over there in a 100-kilometer zone doing 105,
Yeah.
and they're getting in everybody's way, whereas here everybody uses that lane to move and then slips over. It's
Generally, yeah, because if they do that, they end up with somebody right up behind them, sort of waving at them. Yeah.
Our problem with the middle lane people.
Yeah. They're the same,
In New York, there's a limit of 55 miles an hour, but nobody drives at that limit. It's so slow. Texas is 80. Tax agency lives in Penrith and Carlisle. That is, Bob's dad is going to become a Texas state trooper after retiring from the US Army after 26 years. He thinks he's crazy. Yeah, it's a interesting thing. Oh, I can't stand middle lane people. They're the bane of the motorway system. They cause nothing but carnage.
The thing that worries me about them is they just potter along, and they're not really, I forgot to do this, they're not really paying attention to what's
They've
going
no
on
idea.
around
They
them.
just sit there doing their constant speed. And the thing is, everything has to move out to go around them, so then it just causes more
it's gone
congestion.
down. Look, we're half a ton lighter than we thought.
Oh, good.
241.7.
Well, that would have been from all the
No,
waiting
we're
for the
not.
runway.
Sorry, 241.7. Sorry, no. We are half a ton more as
okay.
ever. Sorry. It's been a long week. Oh.
Although I did get
it's cost down,
stopped
that's why.
once for speeding, but just about got away with it.
What was that?
I once got stopped for speeding, but just about got away with it.
But did you do you offer them flavours, pleasures
No,
of the flesh?
so it was an unmarked. So there was a lorry and a beamer behind this lorry, and I was happily poddling along. And the most annoying thing is I pulled up behind the beamer, and then I saw he was just coming up behind the lorry, so I pulled out 2 lanes so he could pull out in the middle lane, conscientious.
Of course.
And then I pulled back in, and just as I started to indicate to come off at the next thing, he lit up like a Christmas tree. And that's just not fair on marked police cars. And he stopped me and everything and went, what speed were you doing? I was like, I'm steady. Which apparently is not an adequate answer. And he was saying that in the UK at least, the limit on the motorway is 70. If it's 96 miles an hour or higher, it's when you go to court and you have to potentially be prosecuted. And they recorded my speed at 95.51.
Oh.
And so he went, it'll just be the standard 3 points of the fine. I was like, alright, well, if you got anything to say, I went, well, pretty accurate driving really, isn't it? To which he wasn't impressed either and went on the 10-minute lecture. But that was I'd been to a wedding, hadn't drunk because I was working the next day, and it was the lorry, him and me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, really? Yeah, Cyber Bob, middle lane people should get fined and points, but unfortunately it's something that's not routinely actually enforced. I think you should be allowed to ram them. Oh, Mr. Caxat was at Penrith the other week for his job interview at the police headquarters. Probably shouldn't be admitting all my indiscretions live on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously that was a one-off, and it was just because it was on a hill.
Yeah, obviously.
Alright, the last station.
I wonder where they're going to send us then.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Where have you been in the past? Just small little places, or?
Oh, I'm trying to. Generally slightly smaller. I remember the one that I remember clearly. I think everybody else went to Brisbane and we went to Gold Coast. So 40 or 50 miles further down the coast. I was trying to think of any others, but yeah, generally not too far away, but that little bit smaller. Yeah. Bit of a shame actually, because Canberra's a lovely approach and the scenery is excellent.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and then I realized that
Yeah,
probably
we're
not going
there.
there. And I guess that's the other thing. Then you don't have scenery.
No,
More likely.
just the sort of Orbix,
Yes.
perhaps enhanced. Do you
Okay,
know?
so we've got Orbix for what, the whole of
Yeah,
Australia?
I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of theirs are certainly upgraded from the default.
Yeah. Their scenery is just stunning.
Yeah, the detailed
I don't
ones
have
are amazing.
I don't have PSX. I'm still 2004, so I would buy all of theirs if I had it.
Ramming speed as fast as possible. Let's soon learn that way. Oh good, Mr. Cax. Yeah, don't tell anyone about me. Oh, nasty Saber. All these youngsters talk about going to school and college. I can't really converse with them, Dan. You might have to take over.
No.
Long time since I was there.
Absolutely, even longer for me. So I think, I imagine that the limit is 6,000 feet, 2,000 meters.
These are the ones that are
Yeah,
in,
so
ours.
anything there we could get into. Anything shorter won't show.
Yeah, and if it wouldn't be necessarily closer to Sydney, would it?
Potentially.
Oh, okay.
We'll find out soon. So it's 125 this one.
I think I know where you might be going.
Okay.
The this is what we do on the last flight. They both seem to originate from there.
NW? Yeah. Okay, that's NORA military, yeah. It is there.
Okay, yeah, big enough.
Okay, so that's
Out by the coast. It's not showing up on there actually, but
maybe if it's military.
no, it might not be in the database.
The fix is
Yeah, oh, yeah, we
NWA.
put it in as a fix.
So that's under progress, is it? Oh, fix page. There it is. NWA?
Yeah,
Oh.
if not, we could go to that NDB. Okay.
Oh, it's
Oh,
there.
there it is. Right, okay.
Sorry, right. Right. And, I want to grab the chance since there is an experienced pilot on board. Wow, this one must be for you then, Dan.
What?
They want an experienced pilot. Are there any rules as for when to extend flaps, Angus, during descent, approach and landing? I think I do it wrong. I extend slats position 1 as soon as I'm below 10,000 feet at 240 knots.
Yeah, that's too early. Even I can, yeah, I'm not an experienced pilot, but I can say that's too early. For us, the one that Peter has used as a guideline is flaps 10 at 10 miles. That's one of them. No, it's difficult to say. There's no hard and fast rule, is there, really?
No, so you'll most. I'll just say bye to Epic. He says he's going to bed, so he might not want to go. No, it's Epic. I'm not sure what we're doing throughout the rest of today. We might do something in the afternoon. I'm not sure. It depends who stays around and when. But thanks very much for watching, and yeah, we'll hopefully see you soon in one way or another. So how do you kind of do your flap extension when you're on your Gulfstream, Angus?
Well, ours doesn't come up on the speed tape. So our first flap maximum speed is donation.
Oh wow!
Very good.
Okay.
Come back to that. From Daffy's £5 donation. Okay, fine. One last donation. You guys are awesome. Well done, and thanks for participating again, Angus. You're coming back next year, right? Absolutely. I've said that I look forward to coming back each year, and when I first thought of the idea of coming over, saying to my wife, how would you like to go to London for a week? I'd love to. Is it okay if I spend a week in a garage with Gary and the boys? As long as I can go to London. So look forward to that. Thanks very much for the donation. So one of the things you get sometimes in the smaller business jets is you need to keep something like 65 to 70% N1 to keep the anti-icing lights on, which is enough heat to clear the ice. So one of the problems you get to in a descent.
1252, Spear 47 Charlie, thanks very much.
Flight level 150 at 250 knots.
150 for the 250 knots is the Major.
Center, hello, Spear 47 Charlie, flight level 360.
In New Zealand 6090. Speedbed 47 Charlie, break. New Zealand 609, you're clearance.
So my first, reaction to the 747, it's got 4 engines supplying bleed air to heat the leading edges, as opposed to a twin engine that's got 2 engines to supply the bleed to do the equivalent mass of wings. So on some of the aircraft, you need to keep the power up, but the difficulty of descending in a jet is trying to slow down. So if you're bringing the power up, that works against. So sometimes we would put flaps out a little earlier so that you could bring the power up to keep certain airspeeds, which would keep the anti-ice system on. But generally, most people aren't looking to do it until they're probably within about 3,000 feet of the ground.
Yeah.
Above ground.
That's probably a good starting point, isn't it, for any approach, unless it's particularly steep or challenging, like say in Innsbruck, where you want to be configured.
Yeah, early.
Largely configured over Rattenbergs.
And the other thing, I think Jorge was talking about it earlier, is just talking about fuel savings when you're with an airline. When you put flaps out, Quite often you'll watch the power levers come up, so you're just increasing fuel burn. And in our business, where it's time is of essence in a corporate, trying to get executives as quickly between two places. In the airline business, you're trying to do it as economically between two places so that you keep your profits, not blowing them out the back end of the fuel burn curve. So they delay flaps as part of the fuel savings program.
Dunto would like to know, Angus, if you ever flown into Prestwick?
No, I've always looked forward to doing it one day. As a Canadian born to British parents that emigrated to Canada, I was sent to a boarding school in Scotland from the age of 13 to 18, and so I flew at the end of every summer holiday to Prestwick, and then flew home from Prestwick at the end of the school year. So flew in and out of Prestwick for many years. Would love to fly in there one day myself. And I had my father's mother I would stay with during the 1 month Christmas break, and I stayed with my mother's parents in Jersey and the Channel Islands, and would spend many of my days during the Easter break, which was a month, riding the bicycle out to the Jersey airport to watch the airplanes almost every day or every other day. And I did get to fly into Jersey one day in our business jet, so that was a thrill to fly back in somewhere where you were crawling under the fence in those days to watch airplanes lying in the infield grass without any security to whisk you away as some sort of threat, and then to fly back in there one day was great fun.
Dan, Bob the Builder would like to know how many sims we've had.
Sorry, I missed that?
How many sims we've had over the time.
At Worldflight?
Yes, I think he was meaning. So the triple, the 7-3, and this one really. I'm just trying to find this final leg stuff. Yeah, so sorry, I've just seen the message. So saying, hopefully we'll have seen the docs in the other thread regarding the Sydney arrival. As they began at Nora, not Canberra, we suggest you fly to Nora rather than to yes, it might be worth telling this guy we need to divert to Nora. Both descent profile will be significantly different.
Yeah. I'll feel myself. Pretty clever. Didn't quite get the top on properly. Never mind. Yeah. So, looks like we don't have any details about this airport, does it? I don't know. So I'll tell you what we could do. Well, let's see what happens.
Or put it in as the alternate.
Yeah, let's put in, well, let's, know what I want to do. Oh, come on, stop doing the same thing again. I want, that's what I want.
Seven of them made the runway, but 5 were disqualified.
Yeah, 7 made it, 5 of which were disqualified. So basically, 8 did it, 1 didn't even make the runway, and 2.
Okay, well, we made the runway.
Yes, so you're one of the 5 that were disqualified due to your excursion.
Okay.
The significant excursion.
So do you have the plate? It's probably if you bring the plate. So we do have it in the database. We have an ILS approach 2-1.
Yep.
I just wonder if any light about the transition
Okay, well they have stars that seem to come from different sectors, so that's probably the sector we would come from.
Yeah.
Bravo's from there, Alpha's from there. So I would think there was that, and it's just, you know, I guess.
Well, should we just use the, is it a VOR? No, it's NDB, isn't it? Oh no, there is a VOR.
There is, well there's a VOR on the, actually no, that's an NDB, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me go back.
We'll go with that. So if we use the NDB as a start
Oh, they've got this NOAA 16.4. That might be.
That's a VOR, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is that like a
it's
TACAN thing?
Yeah, it'll be TACAN ones.
Yeah, so it gives you DME, not the VOR.
Well, let's go. So I'll check the next page. Without really knowing what we're going to get, if we go direct, if we go RASI direct to the VOR and then see what we get from there, chances are we'll probably get vectors, won't we? I don't think we'll go through the overhead
they've got, what,
or procedurally.
Half a dozen teams that'll come in there?
Yeah. No, then. So that's now in route 2. Okay, so that active route is route 2. We're going Canberra,
RASI, the field.
Yeah, but far too high, so let's do something about that.
Yeah.
What is
the safe sector from this side is 4,300. You've got that there.
Yeah, so should we go for 4,3 or above? We can do, can't we?
Well, why don't we put in 5,000 so that we've got a top descent target to reach there at 5, even if we don't.
Yeah. That keeps us safe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
there's
top of descent.
Top of descent there. Yeah, so if we came by here at 5, then that would be fine.
It's runway 03.
Sorry?
Runway 03.
Oh. Okay. So it'll be a visual approach.
Oh, Malachkel. We're still 3-4 hours for Sydney.
03,
at
that's
which point there'll be hundreds.
Basically a straight
literally
in.
hundreds inbound Sydney.
That would have to be a VFR approach.
Yeah. So it's just an NDB for maneuvering, but
yeah,
03 would be coming in this way. Straight in.
Right, okay. I'll check the next page in a minute.
They actually have anything there? Okay.
Wind is 070 at 11. Cav okay, temperature 28, QNH 9 and 9 of 5. Bravo.
Okay.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Transition levels 110. So now we'll want it to be actually lower, because that was 5 overhead the field.
Fine approach, so we want to be at...
Because you could extend it back 10 miles. Do you know how to do that on this?
Place bearing distance.
Yeah.
Are you thinking? So we could go... are you thinking we could do something like this? What's the heading? What's the runway heading?
032.
32.
Oh, Vixen. What are you flying in?
9 miles, 3,000 feet?
Yeah.
Or 3,000 feet above aerodrome anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the airport elevation is 400.
No, won't let me do that. So I know what we can do. We can do it on
the runway.
NDB calls just NW, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not far off. So it's
NWA.
NWA.
032. 9. That should work, shouldn't it? Or maybe not. I'll just try putting it in there. No, it doesn't like it. I wonder why that is.
But what is it? Because somebody
Place
did it the other
bearing
day.
Distance.
Yeah, that's what I normally do.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what to do. Take runway 03 down, and because it has on aircraft it does it that way. You bring it down, and it has the like a lat long position for the runway itself, so it recognizes it. See
Right,
what happens when you put it in the scratch pad. Does runway 03 go down to the scratch pad?
Sorry, what's he
And then
trying to
the
do?
same.
I want to just put
Place bearing distance.
yeah.
Oh, the point. So whatever point it is you're doing it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we tried.
Off runway 03.
Right, so runway 0. So a place distance thing. So runway 03.
Runway 03.
The radial.
03.
No slash.
No slash.
No slash.
That's what it'll be. 032.
Slash.
Slash distance.
Yeah. That works.
Runway 052. That may.
That's what it's doing it, or that's just the name it's giving itself.
It's off the wrong end, correct?
So you need to do the radial the other way.
because it's the radial the other way. It's going to be the reciprocal, isn't it? Which is going to be
032.
it's going to be 2 1s.
002. Oh, what is it?
So
It's going to be 212, isn't it?
what was the radial?
032.
The 180,
Yes.
192, 212. Yeah.
I'll get rid of that. But well, we should be able to do it on NWA then, shouldn't we? No, we'll do it on runway. We'll do it on the runway. You're right. That's more. It's 212. That looks better, doesn't it?
But it's put it exactly where FA03 is anyway.
Okay. So we just go for FA03. That's.
Where did it put it? I don't even. Where is it on that?
But it's right underneath. So it's on top of FA03 and RW5, and our user one are in the same place.
Oh, okay.
Oh, excellent, Vixen.
So I could get
What
rid of
aircraft
that.
type is that?
So we'll go for the. If we're slow and stable by FA03, so if we're talking about 180, 170.
Yeah, I was going to say 180.
So 180 at 3. What's the aerodrome elevation?
400. So
3,400. Right. How does that look?
Brassington there.
And then a visual approach,
Right.
which the weather says should be fine. So I think all I need to do.
Discontinuity.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we can do.
I did quite a lot of I make flights for Emirates, so I got all the Emirates plans.
So there's no vertical
I did,
profile
quite a
beyond
bit
the-
of hauling in the
Beyond
triple
the
before
initial
PMDG,
things.
sorry, before PSX came out.
Well, final approach.
Good fun.
So just on your side, if you go, routes. So if you go routes, then you go ahead. 47 Charlie.
47 Charlie, you're going to get you to track direct to Polly, after leaving Lima, India. Your clearance is a Polly 4 Alpha arrival, ILS runway 35 Canberra. Descend to flight level 2.
You haven't told him you're going to divert,
Okay.
have you?
Sent. So we are going to
Divert.
Nora. To be at 47 Charlie. Do you not know? Do you not know that?
47 Charlie, roger. Okay, you're going to track via Canberra?
Hey firm, we're planning Canberra, Razzie to visual approach 03, so be at 47 Charlie.
47 Charlie, roger. Maintain your present routing and cancel the star. Flight level 360, report ready for descent.
We'll cancel the star, maintain 360 on port raise. Be at 47 Charlie, thanks. Where were we?
Delta 209.
Yeah,
we're
so-
putting in 34.
So you've got, route 2 is now your active route. So,
Yeah, I think it's
that's it.
When the MD-11 first came out, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've just copied it
because
across just to make it easier and then edited route 2.
never saw it online. I did quite a bit of lofty cargo, and it was just so cool to fly somewhere.
Alright, so you're going to fly the descent and set me up nicely on flat.
That's the idea.
And then you're going to have to talk me through it because I can see the little dot on the screen. Supposedly that's over the runway. You're in good shape.
That's your
That's
your velocity vector. In effect, that's where the aircraft is pointing.
Okay, so you may have to talk with me, talk me through it on the way in.
Okay.
Because I'll try and generally it feels like I'm doing a crosswind landing. Is what it feels like.
Yeah, it is a little bit like that.
Hello, Ronan. We were meant to go into Canberra, but we're just going to have a little divert
bring it in
to
there.
a
Let's
military
see.
airfield nearby called Nora. Hey, Toonsy, how's it going? Thank you for coming and visiting us from
Runway
Very much
03
appreciated.
has Pappies on the left side, 3 degrees,
Less
which is good.
dancing, but more
main,
efficient use of
something
time, I think is the best way I can describe
Like that's
it.
I think these are Pappies set up for. I wonder what the height of the 747 cockpit is.
It's about 30 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's showing 52 feet.
Yeah, quite high.
So it might actually work, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're on it with the smaller airport, you may actually the main gear hits, you know,
Way back.
on
Quite
the
interesting,
grass.
Peter was saying when they get the new guys, doesn't matter how much time they've got in the sim,
Yeah.
when they first got on their first line, it's like, when it calls 30,
standby
flare, however
power.
wrong it looks, start
Severe
flaring.
Yeah.
Severe downdrafts within 2 kilometers of the approach of runway 26, which is not a factor. Parachute operations, hang gliders. We have to get a prior permission.
Oh, right,
thing,
okay.
I'm on it.
PPO to get in. Okay, good. And it's got right-hand circuits for 08. So for landing on 03, probably going to be off on the right-hand side.
Yeah. What brakes would you like?
We'll do 3, please.
Yeah, let's put maybe Delta.
Oh, don't get me started on cameras. I need a serious rethink
And
about
if I
cameras.
select NDB, does it auto-select the nearest NDB?
Yeah, will do. Should do.
Or we can
Well,
just
we've hardly
put it in
used
on radio, right?
Yeah, it might be safer too.
Nav radio. So NDBs we can put in
B59.
359. 59 on the
Take me
left.
to the moon.
359 on the right.
I'll just get rid of it out of the fixed page just so we can clean that up a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, now that we know where it is. Yeah.
Oh. What do you
You
think about
can,
that?
you can put the NDB in there if you want to. Well, no.
Yeah, I'll call for descent.
Oh, HL. Interesting.
Okay, I can call for descent because I'll have the radios.
Okay. Let's quickly do a descent checklist. So we
Okay.
just so we've got a few miles. It's not the longest runway in the world, so 25 or 30, and a 6 knot difference at the moment.
What are you most comfortable with?
Well, you're landing it. So,
Does it make much difference?
6 knots is a fair chunk, isn't it?
Okay, so we'll do 30 then.
Flaps 30, so there we go. So recall, I've
Good.
checked. Border brake,
3.
landing data.
We didn't do it, or did?
Yeah, so
Oh, I
we've got,
see it on
we've got
here,
approach
yes. RAF 30, 147.
Barrow we haven't done, we'll do that on the way down because we need to go. And the approach briefing, we've spoken about briefly.
Yeah, so it's we're just going to target coming over the 10-mile final on profile. We've put in 3,400 feet,
Yes.
which is 3,000 above the runway. And
That's a visual approach, isn't it? So,
yeah, visual approach. We'll talk through it, compensate for my visual acuity of what it actually means. And the QNH is 995.
yeah. Cool. Okay. I'll call for descent and then you take the radios after that.
Vixen, I think we may need your skills here.
G'day, Velocity 25.
Come on.
So Velocity 150, flight 220.
35.
We should have called when we first said suddenly.
Velocity 25.
And flight attendants can prepare the cabin for landing.
Set speed with 47 Charlie for
Velocity
descent,
930,
please.
can you get across it? 47 Charlie, you can descend flight level 200, thanks.
Flight level 200 speed with 47 Charlie.
Probably
Take
great.
the radios.
I got the radios.
If only either
You
were
have
true.
control.
You have across at flight level 150, confirm.
Oh,
No,
no, we just had a major weather change.
We'll be able to make our profile now.
9030, thanks for that, appreciate it. And
I'll just let him get into the
Idle
descent,
enough.
and I'll give him an ask. It's been quite busy. They were all planned for Canberra, and then I thought I'd just leave it until just the
I
wrong
noticed a couple
moment.
times today they weren't.
9030, sorry if you didn't get one.
Oh, did we re-engage them?
Yeah.
I guess we did. They've been working along the flight.
The ILS 35 Canberra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to
That
remind
was-
them of where
well,
they should be.
The throttles were, the thrust was coming back, but the throttles didn't actually seem to be doing much. I don't know. Oh well.
Angus Fixon would like to know, have you ever seen anything funny in a tech log?
No,
Or
but there's
sarcastic responses from engineers to pilot problems?
no, but because I work in the corporate world, and generally there's just a handful of you working together. But you know, I've seen the famous ones online. You know, with military and airline things where sarcasm is much more likely to be there. The one I like the best is something loose in cockpit, and then the correction was something tightened in cockpit.
Pornogrammet, I said, I don't quite believe you, unfortunately, but thank you. And Samzo, yes. For those that haven't really looked at the schedule, you'll see that when we land, we actually have a 2-hour turnaround. This is to facilitate, because normally at this point on Worldflight, the sims are fairly spread out. Normally the Thompson lot are holding theirs together with gaffer tape. So there's a bit of a 2-hour turnaround, because obviously all the sims start together and all the sims try to finish together. So
14, double that's
so
28.
by
So that
having this 2-hour turnaround, hopefully lets everybody catch up, and then we can go for it together.
Before we got to
So
run,
I
we've got
think we're
150
pretty much on time
crossing
inbound, so it'll be about 2-hour
345, so that's
turnaround.
about right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, should be good.
may have a period of boredom, but hopefully gives you, if you're in the UK, plenty of time to get breakfast. If you're not in the UK, time to go get whatever food it is in the time zone you're in. As you can tell, that's generally what's on my mind most of the time. And then, yeah, so there'll be some fun and frolics. Message it to me, Pomegranate, then. I will peruse in my 2-hour turnaround. Although I don't think I'm in the best position to make decisions at the moment. Liam, beer works fine. Don't know how it works in terms of beer. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, but I've been up 24 hours, so does it still count as morning? One of life's conundrums, really, isn't it?
And you're filling in very nicely for
Thanks.
somebody who's
Did I tell you I was a pilot?
sleeping in.
Pomegranate, if you can find me on Facebook, I'll be impressed. I'm fairly well hidden. Breakfast pizza. I think there should be some kind of fine for Horgy, though, for missing the flight.
True.
Now, we could make it financial, but I'm thinking something more
Limiting?
embarrassing is required. I love how laid back the Australians are. Like, do this heading, blah blah blah, for traffic avoidance. In the UK, the first thing is avoiding action. Heads up display would like to know how you joined the team, Angus.
It was at an open house Flight Deck Solutions had, and I was invited by Peter and Steve to come to it and introduce me to a number of people around. And then he said, "Oh, here, you'll like a couple of these, there's a couple of Brits here, you know, with my family background." And I was introduced to Ralph and Gary, and got to know them. Actually went out for dinner on another time with Gary when he came to town with Mark Hastings, and on subsequent flights when I came over to London, I would contact Ralph, and I came by and flew his sim probably 3 or 4 different times on visits to London, and was going to get together with Gary on a couple occasions, but with work it didn't work out. And when I saw the 747 being built, it was just, you know, I think most pilots would love to fly the iconic 747, which is high on my list. So I came up with a way of getting invited to Worldflight, because Steve Koss had been invited to join it one year, and I thought, how in the world can I do that? So I offered to, if they needed an extra crew member, and the rest is history.
And we're very lucky to have you.
Well, I really appreciate coming, and I'm just so impressed with the skill and knowledge of all of you. And because I think, isn't it you that, are you the one who's programmed all this performance stuff in and things like that? It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's quite good, because like I say, I'd never programmed anything, and then it's quite good.
Is that right?
Yeah, never done anything.
Wow.
And then Mark just keeps going, you know, I'll be like, I really want to do this, and he'll kind of get me going just in the right direction, and then I'll do something and he'll go, right, well, what you've done works, but this is a nice way to do it, and it's a really cool way to do it.
Because it's at a level that I just didn't expect when I came, and it was...
I think that's a really good thing with our team, that everybody, I've said this before, brings something.
Well, that's it, brings something to it, exactly.
I think, what I was saying to when the lot from Shopton visited, that the really good thing I think with our team as well is that we are a team. It's not someone comes up and flies the sim kind of thing, that, you know, we can socialise with everybody, and you'd happily go down the pub and I'd just have a chat and not have anything to do with the sim.
Right.
And that makes a massive difference, rather than, you know, teams where...
Speedbird 47 Charlie out of 223 for 200 would like to keep the descent going.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, okay, for further descent I want you to contact approach with traffic 125.9 requested descent.
25.9, 47 Charlie, thanks for your help.
Thank you.
You're hitting wrong. Yeah, he's on 609. Just continue changing whatever heading you're going to, and I'll try re-establishing.
Approach, good day, Speedbird 47 Charlie with you out of 212 for 200, requesting lower, information Bravo.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, Canberra approach 10, lift heading 250, descend 6,000, accretion 9,000.
I think that's not right. Just
Okay, and you understand we're diverting to Nowra?
Speedbird 47 Charlie, roger, you can contact Canberra approach on 124 decimal 5.
okay.
Excellent, 24.5, thanks. 47 Charlie.
I just thought that doesn't sound right.
Yes.
Qantas 142110, right heading 310.
Hello 1390, I'll come back to you in a minute, Pixelax. I'll ask you in a minute, Cyber. I don't think so upon me, Granite. I haven't had a request yet.
Approach, Speedbird. Approach Speedbird 47 Charlie with you, level 200, information Bravo.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, stand by.
No.
Pixelex, no, it's
Speedbird 47 Charlie, contact.
Oh, for goodness sake.
On 125.0.
That not where we came from.
yeah.
Okay, and that's for the approaches into Naura, confirmed, 25-0?
Roger, 125.0 to now.
Cheers.
Not sure they... Sorry.
Approach Speedbird 47 Charlie with you, flight level 200, information Bravo for Naura.
I'm not sure the ATC have been particularly well briefed about this, have they?
Speedbird 47 Charlie, your current location, oh sorry, it's just the tag's just come over to me now, Speedbird 47 Charlie Day. Are you happy to maintain flight level 200, would you like to send?
No, we need lower.
And we need lower, please, for 47 Charlie.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, okay, it's going to be the ILS for runway 21 at Naura, descent to flight level 130.
Okay, we'll plan now for the ILS 21, descending to 130, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Okay, this is going to be dirty.
Okay, but we're going past the airport, so we got a
We
little
are
more
going
time
past the
with
airport now, actually, good
descent.
point. Yeah, okay.
So we'll go Razi. I'm going to so where do I go for this to?
So if you go departure arrival again,
Where that's what it is. Okay.
it's routes. Yeah, there you go. So
Looking for
silent.
2-1. ILS 2-1.
Countries.
ILS 2-1. None.
And then we decided if we do November Whiskey Alpha and
Yeah,
see what
so-
happens.
They'll take us over the airport. You're happy with that?
Yep.
Okay, executing. Now, go back to legs. So I'm going to bring that in, execute. Takes us to the airport. Then we'll expect vectors after that.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, say your current back number, sorry, just say your current head is, but that'll be easier.
Okay, 280 knots for 47 Charlie. What would you like?
Speedbird 47 Charlie, 260 knots would be great.
Okay, slowing to 260, 47 Charlie.
Bit of that because
John
otherwise it's going to
14,
change.
It's a Pixelex, no, the printer's just a till printer. We've looked at getting the real printers, but one, they're not very available, and second, they're in pretty poor state when you get them. Years of neglect, coffee and all sorts of stuff down them. So it's definitely something we want, but not quite yet. So I brought Alan, he's just quite busy at the moment, so we'll come back to you. Harmony Gromit.
So we're crossing
if you
way
have
too
them
high
pressed,
again. Could you
Oh,
put
that Pro,
5,000?
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Worldflight Sims, the
Slash
full-size Sims that are part of the
5,000.
team,
Will not go
all go
down.
to Nora,
Airport.
or Naura. We're going to meet up here, and then all leave from here together to go to Sydney to this one final furore.
Yeah, there we are.
Better?
Oh,
Better.
yeah, that's the thing, you know, there's so much
So,
experience of
route data, Nawa at 29, that's 8 minutes. So if we did it 2,000 feet a minute, be close to
Yeah,
it.
if we can.
Yeah,
Problem is we're in... Oh no, the throttle's not
Yeah.
close properly. There we go, that will help.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah, no,
There
there's
we
plenty
go.
of
That's a bit
knowledge
more like
between
it.
Yeah, so if it was 2,000, we'd lose 16 by the time we got there, which is
Okay.
which is good.
Let's go into VS and manage it that way then. A bit up.
Okay,
Not the
so
most subtle, is it? Right, level change.
so that's at
corporate
29.
pilot, jumbo
So
pilot,
that's 7
low cost
minutes.
regional
That would,
pilots
at
of
2,000
all
feet a
sorts.
minute, that would be losing 14. So
Inboard, or I'm board,
that
Flight
works.
level
Now we need
so
to
the
keep the
747.
260 though. So
Yeah.
are all bits for real aircraft that we've put together to work.
okay, so for the ILS, that changes things. Right now I see approach ILS. I see the 1085, the inbound track of 212 checks. So we're looking for an ident when it comes up of India November Alpha.
Okay.
Initially 4,300 feet, and is that in the legs? Yes, 4,300
above.
feet at DME 13. And 12.3 DME, we start down a 3-degree glide slope to minimums of 600 or 224 on the radio altimeter. So
600.
yeah, do you want to do yours first?
Okay.
600.
So I think this demonstrates quite well how busy it can be. How?
Airport elevations 400, touchdowns 376, safe sector higher still to the northwest of 4,300 feet. And we're going direct to the airport, which is good.
How the workload can ramp up with just one simple change. So they were all fat, dumb and happy on the way to Canberra.
Did we get? Do you want to call for further descent?
Yes. Speedbird 47 Charlie, 140 for 130, requesting lower.
Let's go.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, descend to... Correction, Speedbird 47 Charlie, leave controlled airspace, descending. IFR traffic for arrival, Nowra is giant 1471 at 747, estimates Nowra, time 27, and Speedbird 31 Whiskey Foxtrot, Boeing 777, estimates Nowra, time 29er, contact the tower, 118, decimal 85.
Check the traffic, leaving controlled airspace, 1885, 47 Charlie, so long.
That's us doing what we like.
And Speedbird 47 Charlie, just quickly, it would be in your best interest to continue to reduce the speed maybe to 240 knots even on descent, just to facilitate the...
Excellent, we'll do that. Yeah, to give us some spacing on the other things.
And we're estimating the time 3.8.
Oh, 3.8? Okay, so they're 2.7 and 2.9.
Yeah,
3.8's good.
IFR 747, Speedbird.
Alright, so tower.
Ross says it's his two favourite pilots, Duncan and Angus. You're obviously his favourite, Dan, because he's learnt your name as Duncan. Cyberbob asked Angus, would you swap your corporate career if you could go on a jumbo for the rest of your career?
Are you happy to follow the procedural waypoints?
Yes.
I think we can come back a little bit.
Yeah, you can just slow it up. We're gonna...
50 miles, yeah, we've got plenty of space actually.
Now, Tower, Speedbird 47 Charlie with you inbound. Estimating the field at 0529, descending to 5,000 QNH 995, estimating 39 for the approach.
Okay, we're crossing transition altitudes, setting 995.
995.
I'm getting 9,600.
Now, Tower, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Tower Delta 209 estimating 30 and SNW Delta 209.
Lose our controller.
Yeah, sounds like he's...
I don't know if it's one of these where they mimic that it's not actually controlled. It's just...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is procedural, it's gone procedural.
Okay.
Do you think he'd want to know about us?
Yeah. Now, traffic, Speedbird 47 Charlie out of 8,200 for 5,000. Planning overhead the field, November Whiskey Alpha full procedure for ILS runway 21, estimating final approach at 0539. Speedbird 47 Charlie 747. You hear that?
Clipper 811 saying it's clear of the runway.
Clear the runway. Okay, good. Thanks. Okay, so procedure, you can be down as low as 4,300 feet once you're inbound of NWA.
So I've slowed the rate up to say I think we can afford to cross NWA, perhaps 1,000 feet higher.
Right. Well, because 43 is all the way out to,
13 DME,
Till-
isn't it?
well, you really need to keep it to, 12.3. So we can cross the field at 5,000, and then once we're established on the track, we can select 4,300 feet in the altitude select, and you can descend when you wish.
Yep. 420. So yeah, we can drift down.
Okay, so we're overhead the field now.
Yep. Weather looks good.
Now we're traffic Speedbird 47 Charlie overhead November Whiskey Alpha tracking outbound full procedure ILS 21.
Got traffic on TCAS just off the nose at 12 miles.
Okay, looks like he's the DME 13.
Bug up speed.
Yeah, so I'm going to put in 4,300 now, which is your. Or
Yeah,
you can put it in, yeah.
So we'll go
So
down
that's
to
your
base.
descent limit until 12.3 DME.
Yep.
Tower Drive 1471.
We'll just drift down.
Doing right downwind. Heading 37,000.
So he's doing a right downwind. That was Giant, so that'd be out here, right? Yes, we originally heard runway 03, but then changed, so that makes sense. We'll put the auto brakes up.
Yeah, do you want another notch?
We might as well if it's tailwind.
Yeah, especially 19 knots.
Right. Our aircraft have a limitation of 10 knot tailwind. Can't do it.
Yeah. I don't know what the limitation is.
It's 15.
Oh, right, okay. Well, Worldflight rules.
So this is probably Giant here on the right downwind. So we may need to, that guy's on the approach.
Yeah.
So that one's supposed to be at 2.9, correct? So that makes sense, because right now it's 30. So that makes sense. So
Okay, we need to slow up a bit then, perhaps. So if you could select flap 1.
yes, flaps 1 selected.
Thank you. Well, so if he's...
Chorus 25, so close angle, so established at 9 miles.
That's Chorus 25.
Runway 21.
So this guy's going to come in on a left base, isn't he? Do you think?
Well, that's right base. He'll turn right base, because he called right downwind.
Sorry, it's right base, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he was
Beg pardon.
the whatever it's called, like the cargo.
Giant.
No, Giant.
Yeah.
I just think cargo, but yeah. So he should be turning right base and coming in there. So
Okay, so we want to try and flaps
Yeah.
5, please.
we'll give ourselves some spacing.
Yeah, exactly.
For us.
Yeah, sorry. It's done for you now.
So is he turned in yet?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Or is he now? Is he tracking
I
it?
think he's doing it now. Yeah.
Tower 1471 is turning onto base.
Right base. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's
see
slow
how
it
this
up.
works out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can always head out a bit. What's
Yeah.
as far as our... How far is the sector safe go out, Angus? Have you got?
Well, it's 25. It's within 10 miles
Within
actually.
10 miles.
Yeah. At 37.
He's gone a long way out. Yeah, we're going to have to...
Do you want to extend?
yeah.
Okay. So, oh, okay. Now I get a visual of the island. Okay.
We're heading
Norwood
to
traffic. Speedbird 47 Charlie. Charlie. Goodness me. Is extending downwind, left downwind for the Giant traffic. We're at 4,300 feet. We're about 15 DME.
Are you happy to extend this at this level? You comfortable?
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
out over the water,
Okay.
so we're good.
Keep an eye on that tailwind, you come in a little high, so you know what
Yeah, we're planning on that. use the whole runway?
We used every inch plus about 200 feet of grass.
Okay, we get a hint there. So we'll go to max.
Flaps 10, please. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
10 selected.
That's
Okay,
max order brake
so we're
again.
abeam him right now.
Yeah. So I think we turn in now should give us about 5 miles, shouldn't it? Mind you, they were talking about backtracking, weren't they? So,
Well, they said they were backtracking the grass. So.
they're backtracking the grass, okay.
Yeah. Now we're traffic Speedbird 47 Charlie, turning left base, runway 21.
Okay, so we've got some terrain out to the north, but it's 2,000 feet at the top, so we're
Yes,
fine.
and we can see everything clearly right now, so
Yeah.
be visual of that.
Oh,
Pomegranate, no portfolio yet. Stalking skills lacking.
Bug.
Timmy, yeah, we're just going to Nora, because it's where all the big sims are going. We're just going to have a meet up there for our final dash towards Sydney altogether.
I'm just going to give a little bit extra space.
Sure. Then turn around and come back to the...
No, I'll
localizer?
turn in a bit. I could turn in now, which will give us
Oh, I
about
see what you mean.
6 or 7
Yeah, yeah.
miles, but I'll just
Yeah,
do
no,
it
you might as well give it.
more.
I'll just start, yeah,
That'll be enough. That'll give us about 8 miles.
bit of creative license here. Problem is we need
Did
to
you
have an
do
airport.
direct to DME 12?
We're taxiing on the runway.
DB12?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Oh,
There we go.
do you trust your instinct? What does
Oh,
the
no.
picture look like?
I see LNAV.
Yeah, and we're coming up on DME 12.
Yeah, and
We're coming up on the glide path as well, so we're going to descend below the sector safe on the procedure.
yes, good idea. Glide slope's live. Okay, so right now we've got...
Localizer is live.
He's 9 miles ahead of us, so that's
Good, that's
pretty good
plenty, yeah.
spacing, eh?
Oh, we could have come in a lot closer, but...
Okay,
yeah,
you might be good at stalking.
Why bother?
Localizer capture.
Typo, no. Jumbo won't allow you until there's weight on wheels to do the reverse, so the actual levers won't physically move.
And now our traffic Speedbird 47 Charlie is established on the localizer 13 miles back. Runway 21, full stop.
Aircraft road, be aware, gusty winds, and we have a barrel 1010.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Thank you.
1010, actually.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do that.
De nada.
Let's cross-check that against our radio altimeter. But we'd be
Right.
expecting 2,900 radio altimeter, wouldn't we?
Yeah, 400. Okay, I see fully established on ILS, and missed approach would be 4,300 feet.
Have you? No message. Hang on.
Yeah, so you can see the wind there, 090, 24. But let's see. I may go low on the Pappies. Then. Yeah, because it's only 6,900 feet, 2,100 meters. And it's got a slightly displaced threshold, so see if we can land it on the numbers.
We seem to be having issues.
Visual there?
I do. See it. And with this crosswind, that doesn't help because it's
No.
almost behind the beam, and that dot is nowhere near the runway yet. But I guess it comes in as you.
Well, no, it's quite well,
That's
well
the
offset.
crosswind.
Okay, I think the pressure is wrong, so I think our original pressure of 995 was... Hello.
That was maybe some of the gusty winds. So we got flaps to go still?
Yep. Gear down, please. Flaps 20. Raw.
20 selected.
Should we have some...
Speeds go on.
Not sure the order. I'm going to take... Up with that.
What's that?
I just wonder whether to take the auto throttle out. It's,
Yes.
Yeah, I think...
Because it's going to chase the
yeah, it is
wind
chasing
gusts.
it. Whoa, 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 that's not very nice.
Okay, I'm going to take control.
Yep.
So I have control,
You
so
have control.
let's go flap 25.
It's 25. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. It's struggling. And VREF is currently 147. It was a flaps 30 landing.
Okay, and go to flap 30, please.
Flaps 30. Do you want any extra on the VREF?
No. Just
Nope,
carry
VREF
it.
plus 5, yeah.
Right. I'm going to use the autopilot to cheat with this crosswind.
We're just tracking slightly left.
Yeah. I'm just letting the autopilot do it. Autopilot's off because we're getting below VREF. On kick in power. Okay, so you tell me whether I'm left or right of this center.
Just tracking slightly right. Whoa, that's
50 above.
Right. Yeah. Velocity vector's pretty good.
Decide.
Landing. That's the decision. Oh,
Yeah, slightly right if you can.
okay.
Not helped by huge amount of gusts. Left will be fine here. Yep. Well done, Angus, because that was horrible. Full reverses. 80 knots. Horrible.
Sorry about that, but
No, that was horrible. That was all over the place. The winds were dreadful.
okay, so we need to clear on the grass to get... Well, there was nobody behind
There
us,
was nobody
there?
behind us, no.
Okay, so we'll follow the
No.
pavement then.
Well done.
Did I damage anything?
That was by far the hardest landing we've had all week. Got to do lots of...
Well, I guess if it's an uncontrolled airport, we really should have landed on 03.
yeah, we could.
Right?
We could. Yeah, no, I mean nobody's
Now that
stopping
I
us,
think
are
about
they?
it, yeah, because there was no tower.
Yeah, tower 1325.
Okay, so I'm going to make this turn here. And you can advise clearing the active runway.
Yeah, roughly 25 with your tracking direction now to overfly, then heading 060 for the ILS runway 21.
Traffic speed of 47 Charlie. Traffic speed of 47 Charlie is vacated to 21.
Hi, it's Carlo. It was Luke who landed on the engine. Literally
Okay,
on
so
the engine.
after landings, please.
Worldflight team. We're going to do a briefing once all the aircraft are here, but no later than 6 p.m. So I don't need to hang about by the radio waiting for it, so we'll make it somewhere near 6 p.m. for a briefing.
Oh, okay.
6 p.m.
That doesn't mean much to us.
That's getting Zulu time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zulu. Yeah, that's 20 minutes from now, right?
Yeah, 6 p.m. local time, sorry. Whatever that is in UTC. 6 p.m. local.
I think that'll be
Yeah, we'll just have a chat. We'll find out what
It's at the-
070, I think.
Sydney, so we can work out.
I'll just say it's that in 20 minutes or an hour and 20. That's the easiest way.
Yeah.
Camden for touch and go, and then the harbour run.
Okay, so is that
Here you
in,
go, mate. No worries.
that in 20 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes?
Copy.
That'll be in 1 hour and 20 minutes. We're not due out till past 6 our time.
Lovely, that's 070 Zulu. Thanks. Great.
Have you guys been enjoying yourselves?
That was 700 Zulu for jump sky.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, 0700 Zulu. Yeah, we're not enjoying ourselves at all. So, okay, after landing, speed brake
Is retracted.
Yeah. Crew lights.
Right, guys, I'll go off frequency now.
With the radars.
We'll be back to you a little bit later.
Off.
Flaps.
Up.
Transponder. Off.
That's
Stab trim.
Military base.
Someone's pointed out it must be the most polished taxiway he's ever seen.
Well, yeah, well, it's the military, right? It actually looks like it's wet, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it is.
LJ Stott, we're here because all the Worldflight sims come here, then we'll depart out of here all together towards Sydney as kind of a, we've finished and have a bit of fun and games, so rather than going somewhere where everybody else is going and it'd be full, we can just sit here, do our own little thing and set off when we're ready. I'm not sure what their plan is this year, but last year they did a little competition that you had to take off, do a circuit, do a touch and go, and the quickest time won.
Oh.
And they were the only rules.
Oh, and you had to be below 500 feet?
It
That
was,
last year?
yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
But as you heard, we're getting a briefing in about an hour and 15 minutes. So there'll just be an interlude on the stream. We'll probably be in a little bit early just to make sure we're all here and have a bit of a
Oh,
chat
the giant
with you.
is the cargo, right? It's the one with the,
Yes.
Yeah.
the
giant.
big globe? Yeah. I love that paint.
But what we'll probably do is we've got the video with Angus and Peter going into somewhere in the Pacific, which is quite good. They go through a lot of briefing stuff. I think it was really interesting for the people. So we'll stick that on. You can have a watch of that, and then hopefully, like I say,
So, where do you want to park it? See, Delta's behind Pan Am over there.
Yeah. Tricky, isn't
Yeah. Go around back, maybe behind Qantas.
Yeah.
Like there's a guy out on final over there. Well, not final, but
it?
base.
Base, yeah.
yes, probably back in about an hour
Yeah,
or so.
Swing.
Yeah, go
Come
around.
in
And
behind. He's on base, isn't he? So we've got a little.
LJ
There he
Stott,
is.
the plan was never to land in
Yeah.
Canberra. It's just we keep where we're going semi-secret until close to the time, because basically what we don't want to do is everybody come and log on here. This is just for the big sims to set up and go from. So they try to keep it a little bit quiet so you don't get all the muppets and plonkers, dipsticks trying to turn up and partake.
Yeah, traffic roughly 25 heading.
Hence why Craig is no longer here.
For the ILS runway 21.
He ticks all
Yeah.
those boxes.
give him a caution on the tailwind.
Yeah.
And it's
Velocity
gusty.
25's very bumpy on the way in. Big tailwind, good luck.
Get turned around.
Sorry, what was that? For velocity 25, say again?
25, it was very bumpy and quite a tailwind on the way in. Good luck.
Alright, thanks for that. Try our best. Velocity 25.
Oh, Ross, Chris, we have the Australian
As you
Delta.
swing it round, you can peer over the building.
have
Yeah, that looks like it's
various
work. Where's the
supervisors,
Delta gone?
bog members, and
Yeah, you
founders,
just-
so it's not an issue to get rid of people.
Peer over their wing.
That looks good. Parking brake is set. shut down whenever you're ready.
Okay. Shut down.
There he is.
Looking very British.
Yeah.
Oh, that shutdown sound is awesome.
It really is.
Ross says, Angus, you need to go out and polish your tyres. I don't think they'll be happy you getting dirty mud all over their taxiway.
Okay. So the shutdown checklist, if you're happy.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Parking brake.
Is set.
Hydraulic demand pumps. Sorry.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
They are all off.
Beacon.
Off.
Doors.
They are manual.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Transponder.
1000. Standby and off.
Belt signs.
Off.
That's post-flight.
Go for it.
Excellent.
But Angus is the landing pilot.
I didn't know. Does it record that?
Does it record it?
It does, yeah.
Got to be like 700 feet a minute, right?
So we're getting a briefing in about an hour and 10 minutes, so we'll probably be in the sim in about an hour or so. Maybe a little bit earlier, but I think everyone is ready for a cup of tea. Pleasure, Ross.
More sleep.
Yeah, we'll be with you quite soon. So obviously the penultimate flight. These are, unfortunately, that means that's it for Dan and Angus for this year. For Worldflight, I'm sure they're going to partake in a bit of fun. So I'll leave them to say goodbyes and farewells and burst into tears. Meanwhile, shall I stick the kettle on?
Burst into
Yeah.
tears.
Roger.
Very good. Thanks for sitting in, Benny. That was appreciated.
Thanks, Benny. Yeah. Okay.
And thanks to all of you for watching in, and in particular for all those that contributed, which had to be the majority of the people that were watching, you'd have to think. We raised over £25,000 this year. Incredible following from the Twitch thing. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did, and look forward to watching this next leg, potentially some formation flying. And a pleasure to work with you, Dan, as always.
Thank you, Angus. Likewise, absolutely. Thank you, guys. It's been great fun having you all along for the ride, and thank you for contributing so generously financially. It's been a really, really good week. How do we top it? That's the problem. How do we top
That's
that?
right.
Yeah, traffic cross E25 is 10 mile final runway 21 now.
I remember being on a 777 coming across the Atlantic once going home to the UK, and there was a ferry pilot on the distress frequency asking for us to relay position reports for him, which was quite common. So, relay this position report from something like 40 west to 30 west. And I forget the time, but it was something like 3.5 hours to go from 40 west to 30 west. It was just ridiculous, In fact, it was probably more than that. And we said, what's the estimate? We said, it's like 4 hours hence. What are you flying in? It was some single engine little teeny weeny thing. And he was actually going to leave Bradford, this guy, I remember. And I worked out that by the time he got to 30 west, I would have landed at